What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am back again with another video, and as y'all can tell from the title of today's video, I'm going to be talking about 10 things you can do to change pretty much how you play the game, bring you from download to like a kind of to like elevate your gameplay to where it is so much better and so much easier. And these are some tricks that you have to be doing in order to be playing the game to its full extent and getting the most out of everything. And these are tricks that will help you get rich faster and help you progress farther faster. So if you do enjoy, be sure to leave a like as well as subscribe. And with that said, let's get right into the video. First thing I want to talk about is when you're raiding, the suicide trick. The suicide trick is basically whenever you go to a base, you're allowed to die one time and come back. So this trick doesn't work if you've already died at this base or scouted out the base. So, and the way it works is, say you get a really good base with like a bunch of Glocks. You'll take 8 Glocks, put them in the chopper, and then die. Either get killed by a zombie or get killed by a spike trap. And then when you respawn at your base, you can take the Glocks out of the bike, put them back at your base, and then run back to the raid. And then you'll have 8 more slots. And that can be a big game changer because 8 more Glocks for free, just for like 2 extra minutes, if even, is a really, really good deal. So make sure you are doing the suicide trick when raiding. I don't recommend doing this if it's like a bad raid, but if it's a good raid, definitely do it. Another thing about raids is, this is something I made a short about a while ago. Whenever you're paying the raiders, if you modify your spear and you can pay them a spear, they will 9 times out of 10, they will take a single spear. No matter if you get like a raid or you're bringing home a full inventory of guns, if you have a fully modded spear and you give that to them, they will accept that as payment, and then you won't have to actually pay them for the raid. You need to be doing this. This is probably one of the best things that I have learned late. I haven't started doing this until a couple months ago, but I don't know why I wasn't doing this before, because it is a big game changer. Next thing, going over to alpha, I want to talk about the sonoric trick. So if you guys don't know what that is, you'll clear out kind of the floor and then leave. This is floor 3, and there will be 3 zombies, or not 3, and there will be 9 frenzied giants throughout the floor. You will rile up all of the frenzied giants, as you'll see in the clip, and bring them to the bathroom in the top left of Bunker Alpha's floor 3. You will hide behind the stall with 3 grenades, and then when all 9 of the frenzied giants clump up, you will throw 3 grenades, and that's 3 grenades killing 9 frenzied giants. As you get farther into the game, you can progress this to where you have more like toxic spitters and abominations, but I suggest starting off with frenzied giants and then moving on from there. But this is probably the best way to use grenades. Another thing I want to talk about is probably the most important thing you're going to see on the list, the wall trick. The way that the wall trick works is in alpha and many other places. Like I think this can work in Bunker Bravo too, in the lab. You will hide behind a wall and have a zombie try and hit you, and then you time it to where they hit you, you run and you hit them with a weapon, and then go hide back behind the wall, so when they hit you, they're not really hitting you. So you can basically clear out an entire floor doing this trick with melee weapons. It is honestly the most overpowered trick. If you want a more in-depth guide, I have a more in-depth video on how to wall trick in the video's description, so go check that out. Another thing I want to recommend is getting all the special storages. After you play for a long time, you're going to notice that the storages will fill up quickly. So if you're able to get a special storage, those being like the bookshelf or the medical storage or the refrigerator, I know those are mostly season rewards, but if it's a season event, then you need to take advantage of it to try and get these special storages, because it will help so much when it comes to organizing. Next thing I want to tell you is take advantage of the season pass. I know that a lot of y'all say, oh, this game is pay to win, you have to pay to be able to do anything. And while I said that, I don't think that's entirely true. There is ways to progress without paying. If there is one thing you buy, I do recommend it being the season pass. It is $10, and you unlock basically the premium season pass to where you can get a bunch of rewards that are, trust me, totally worth it. I think you can end up, if you clear out the entire season pass, you can get 150 or 200 coins, which is really good, and that's about justifies it there if buying that instead of buying coins. And I think you also get like 50 of the tags for the settlement, so that is definitely something that if you buy anything in the game, this is what I recommend buying. It's $10. It's not really a crazy amount. It's maybe a meal or 2 at Wendy's, so just don't eat lunch, I guess. That was a joke. But this is the one thing that I recommend buying. Another thing I recommend is if you have Discord, I recommend going to the LDOE Discord, because there are 3 separate channels in there just dedicated to tips. There is for the creator, the settlement, for multiplayer, for single player, for the season. There are so many strategies in there and stuff you can learn, and just straight up information that can help you play the game, that if you haven't checked any of these channels out or joined the Discord to look at it, then you 100% should be doing that. If not, then it's your loss. Again, link for the LDOE's Discord will be in the description. Another thing I want to recommend is make sure you learn how to use grenades and milk cores, because these can be, basically what it is there is an infinite number of zombies this can damage. I mean, I've made, a long time ago, I made a video about how to use these, so be sure to check that out. But you can, like I said, the Sonoric trick, best way to use grenades, or you can use them at the if you're doing the police department, that's another great place to use them. Another great place is when you're fighting the witch with the hordes. If you don't want to use C4s, which I don't recommend, and you don't have the spread shot yet, you can use a grenade or you can use a milk core to try and defeat the horde. Another big thing I recommend is making sure you take advantage of the settlement loot. This is basically free loot. As you can see, I have a lot of loot that I've accumulated, because just by playing throughout the settlement, I can accumulate more and more daily loot, to the point where I'm getting like 30 wood a day, which after a month, that's like a couple of hundred wood that you're getting just for going to the settlement and claiming your free daily loot. So make sure you are using the settlement, doing the settlement, and accumulating as much daily loot as you can, because over time that will add up. And then the last thing I want to recommend is don't invest in bad weapon mods. It's really not worth it. Honestly, just save up your materials, because some bad weapon mods are expensive. Just save up your materials so that whenever you're actually get the mod that's best, you have all the materials ready for it, and you're not, oh shit, I invested a bunch of materials in a shitty mod that I am never going to use. And that's the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like as well as subscribe. It's free and you can always change your mind later. Link for the Discord, as always, is in the description, so if you want to join that. If you ever have any questions, you can ask them there and I will answer to the best of my ability. Anyway, I'm going to stop yapping. That's all from me. I hope you guys all have an amazing rest of y'all's day. I'm out. Peace.